Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another legal breaking reporting and video analysis update. Some good news is coming through, ladies and gentlemen, as Secretary of State Scott Bessent from the Treasury Department has said that SNAP benefits should be returning as soon as Wednesday. Let's see if this is actually accurate, knowing that the good news is that the Trump administration was ordered to legally return SNAP or food stamps benefits to the American people on Friday in the court of law. Let's get into this reporting, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a short reporting, but a good reporting. This reporting is titled Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says SNAP benefits may be back by Wednesday, but there is a process. Ladies and gentlemen, the reporting reads, at least 42 million Americans could begin receiving SNAP benefits by the middle of the week, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said Sunday. Funding for the program was set to run out November 1st. Aimed the government shutdown, which honestly, ladies and gentlemen, should have never been suspended, nor should this funding never ran out or ran dry. Thanks a lot, Republicans. Ladies and gentlemen, the article continues. 2 federal judges ruled on Friday that the Trump administration must use emergency funding to pay for the social service during the budget impasse that led the government to shutter services, many of them critical for tens of millions of Americans. While the judge's order narrowly averted the suspension of SNAP benefits, it could take as long as 2 weeks before the benefits resume. There's a process that has to be followed, Bessent said Sunday on CNN's State of the Union. So we've got to take, we've got to figure out what the process is. Bessent acknowledged that 2 weeks is a long time for people who need food, and added that the administration would not appeal the ruling. He blamed Democrats for the prolonged shutdown, despite both parties refusing to reach a deal to end it. The best way for SNAP benefits to get paid is for 5 Democrats to cross the aisle and reopen the government. He continued. The judge's rulings mean, however, that the benefits will resume even without a vote. And before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, I will add that, once again, This is not on the Democrats. It is on the Republicans. Why do I say that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I say that because Republicans run the House, they run the Senate, and they run the presidency. No Democrats are running the government. Continuing, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, there's no more. With that being said, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy. Follow along for all the more legal breaking news that you need to know about. More to come soon.